What happened this time? Fans hate Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 10. Last time people were complaining because Jinwoo cried. This time, what are they upset about?
Warning, heavy spoilers for Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 10. Oh my gosh, that cliffhanger was absolutely crazy. Go check out my full review for that episode. Man, I'm actually really curious to know what Shimizu's request was when she...
I think we all know what the request was. I think she wanted to get some dick. And then she got... I mean, she asked to get fucked implicitly. And then the ant came and fucked her.
Was talking to Kenzo. She doesn't want money, but what does she want? I guess
What do you think?
We'll never know.
What do you think?
Oh my gosh, that cliffhanger made me mad. But despite that, I really enjoyed the episode. I loved the fights, I loved the world building, I loved the whole setup, and despite me hating the cliffhanger, I also sort of liked it as well. It just got me very excited for the next episode, and I cannot wait. Despite this episode being really cool in my eyes, a lot of Solo Leveling fans are not happy with this episode. This is without a doubt the most disliked episode on Crunchyroll.
Hey, we broke a new record! Woo! Back to back, breaking records, most disliked again?
Solo Leveling, beating last week's episode's
Wow.
record. But why on earth is this episode being hated so much?
Let me guess. The Jinwoo versus Goto Ryuji fight did not exceed their expectations in their minds. Like the video we just made about Roger's Base, you know, complaining about the mediocre animation quality of this fight and then labeling the season mid. The fight definitely, again, was not on the caliber of the other three crazy fights that we had with Barca, into Tusk, into Baron. But I don't think that this fight warranted that type of, again, talent or budget, right? Because it's an exhibition match. And the fight was a quick little scrimmage where Jinwoo's testing out the waters. And it's, of course, I would love to have crazy animation, but we gotta live in reality and realize that, hey, like, there's a whole set of processes that goes on behind the scenes when they're creating the anime. And they decided that this is not one of those high priority scenes. Therefore, it did not get that like 9 to 10 out of 10 animation. It got like, what, 7.5 out of 10? That's kind of like my gauge.
Just to let you guys know, I am in fact an anime only.
The cliffhanger? Yeah, the cliffhanger was extremely annoying. That shit was very annoying. It could be as simple as that the cliffhanger pissed people off.
And I do not know the future of Solo Leveling, so try and avoid spoiling in the comment section, unless you put a big spoiler warning alert on. Well, here are the top 3 reasons as to why many fans online hate Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 10. Reason 1, the cliffhanger ending.
Yeah.
Honestly, mate,
it was horrific what they did. Like, all they had to do was give it like a couple more seconds of the ant aura being displayed and then end the episode. But and if they did that, even if that is a cliffhanger, it's still like a cliffhanger that is like I expect. The way they did it last episode, it felt like there should have been a second or 2 more of screen time playing, but something got fucked up in the production side and the episode got cut out abruptly. That's my overall feelings on it. And it felt very rude. I don't know.
This is no surprise at all. Even I actually hated the way it ended because I was so invested, and how could they do that?
What do you mean even I was upset? That's a joke. That's a joke, right? Even I was upset. Said the resident #1 cliffhanger hater.
It felt incredibly abrupt. You would usually want to end an episode in a way that would close the episode story for what that was, yet also hype up the next episode. But this episode just had a major cut straight to the end credits. OMG, I think
the cut was so abrupt and it was like a whiplash. Literally the only thing different that I would have preferred was just play it for like a second or 2 more for us to even like process what the fuck just happened with the ant cutting off the head and then the black-red shading of the ant aura being displayed. The way they abruptly just pulled a plug is the source of what the fuck? That kind of feeling.
we are all getting sick of seeing Sungjin Woo's damn dirty feet. Lol. I saw so many reactions on YouTube.
They're not even
the same WTF.
They're not even dirty.
It was so cruel, especially considering that we have to wait a whole week for the next episode. But honestly, at the same time, that is a very smart way to get people very invested and hyped up for Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 11. This
creates a lot more commotion. There's like compilations of, you know, people reacting that way, and then more people will talk about it, and you know, it's good marketing. A lot of negative energy, right? But still.
Second reason as to why many people online hate the Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 10 episode is because of the way the episode adapted the manhwa panels. Over the past few weeks, many X accounts have been posting manhwa versus anime comparisons, and in those weeks I have always said that yes, some of the panels
manhwa is going to be better than the anime the majority of the time. And this is just a fact. Water is wet. Fire is hot. Webtoon only needs to focus on one fucking frame and give it as much detail into the characters. The anime has multiple frames that connects to create animation. Due to the limitation of anime the medium, of course, side-by-side comparisons are usually going to be worse in the anime. If people don't understand this, I just don't know what to say, bro. Like, you gotta be so fucking retarded to be upset at every single comparison, be like, oh my god, the anime, it's so much worse. It's just like, do you realize that's the point of the anime? That you're sacrificing frame by frame fucking drawings for the sake of animation?
Do look a little bit more detailed than the anime, but I have always defended the anime because how on earth can you draw all those extra details, lighting, shading, or moving in a sequence? That would take an unbelievable amount of time, effort, and energy. I feel like the most hate comes from this part.
The hate comes from ignorant retards who has no understanding of how anime is even made. No understanding of the limitations of different mediums of entertainment. And they have such a fucking high standard, an unreasonable standard base of expectations. And then they get upset at it. It's like, bro, I don't think you even understand why you're upset.
Particular scene, just after Sung Jinwoo and Goto finished their duel, Jinwoo blocking Goto's attack, acting all cocky and smug. But mate, you love to see it. An X account.
Like, here's a good comparison too. Straight up, we could be doing Blue Lock Season 2 manga versus anime comparisons. And guess what? I bet on average, the anime versus manga comparisons for Blue Lock, the anime would be better than Solo Leveling when you're comparing Solo Leveling versus the manhwa. But does that mean that Blue Lock Season 2 was better animated than Solo Leveling? No. Blue Lock took a very specific strategy of limiting the amount of animation by having amazing, gorgeous art, pretty much one-to-one from the manga directly, great coloring, great bold lines. It makes it pop. Like, I made the joke that literally go to Season 2 Blue Lock and go to any point of the episode, and I bet you most of the times, these individual scenes will look amazing. It'll pop. It looks great. Then play the fucking clip, and it's gonna be frame lock. Like, people just don't understand. Like you are. How do I describe it? People are expecting a fish to fucking climb a tree right now. Yeah, maybe that's a good enough analogy. A fish is supposed to be swimming in the fucking ocean, not climbing a tree. Why are you testing? Why are you gauging these different parameters when it doesn't even make sense? Like, none of it makes sense.
Account posted this manhwa versus anime comparison shot, which has almost 1 million views, and this panel looks absolutely different. Mate, when I
absolutely agreed that the manhwa here is supreme, and I still wish that this scene, I wish it was better. The anime doesn't look bad, but the manhwa, oh my god, we're missing out.
Saw this, I was honestly a little bit shocked. It looks absolutely different. But you know what? I actually like the anime version. Sungjin
Me too. The anime version I do like. It's just the anime version is fine. I have no complaints. But when you see the manga, you realize, holy shit, it's so much better.
Woo and Goto are having a friendly sparring match. Nothing intense, nothing insane. So why does Jinwoo need to look incredibly evil in this shot, when all they are doing is having a sparring match?
I wouldn't say evil. It just looks way more cool with the black shadings, the glowing eye, the wind, effects going on. Him capturing Goto's hand here has so much more aura.
I feel like the reason why the manhwa is drawn like this is because you are reading a manhwa, essentially a comic book.
Yeah.
And unlike with an animation where you have sound.
And here's the thing, people will never even acknowledge the anime only scenes of this fight. Like, Boydude Reviews is getting into what I'm saying about the limitations of manhwa versus anime. Bro, if you're going to shit on the anime for having like a bad side-by-side comparison, which can only be the case because of the limitations of the mediums, why won't you acknowledge the actual anime-only sequence fight scenes? Not even just this scene, plenty of other fights also had anime-only scenes that enhanced the fight. Like, people just want to find a reason to be upset, that's it.
With an animation where you have sound, voice acting, music, special effects, and the characters actually moving, all the manhwa has is just still panels. So you need to convey all of that emotion, intensity, and epicness into these panels.
For whatever reason though, they were cracked in the anime here. Honestly, this looks like the anime versus the manhwa. This anime scene of the Queen Ants, way better.
Best as you can. The manhwa readers reading the manhwa are gonna get the exact same experience the anime only watchers are gonna get. When watching the anime, you are watching the anime in full motion, whereas the manhwa, you have to rely on these panel shots to convey what is really happening in these scenes.
Absolutely agreed. And I'm just gonna bring up some arbitrary numbers to kind of make it better, just to kind of like give you an example. What he said there is so true about, hey, the webtoon, the manhwa, it only has these specific scenes to make the most of the fights. So it makes sense that they're going to do the most they can to convey the most they can in these specific scenes. The anime though, it's like rather than one scene, there's like 24 separate scenes being added in to kind of like illustrate what happened in one specific scene. So, and you can't expect high quality for every single frame, right? You have so many different frames to add up to make the animation happen versus one specific fucking panel where the artist can go all out. And another thing I think is the artist for Solo Leveling is so amazing. It's so good that it creates a bigger gap, more disproportionate judgments of manhwa versus anime. Because again, the art style is so fucking good.
Gets the exact same experience the anime only watchers are gonna get. When watching the anime, you are watching the anime in full motion, whereas the manhwa, you have to rely on these panel shots to convey what is really happening in these scenes. To me, it just doesn't make sense to have Jinwoo look the way he does from the manhwa into the...
But people are stupid. They don't even understand the limitations, and they just compare these two as apples to apples. Straight up. Like, you can't compare the anime and the manhwa by scene like that. When I do the manhwa versus anime, Kobani Cars videos, it's fun to see what the manhwa looked like. But in those videos, I don't go out and say, oh man, the anime should have always had scenes like this. It's unreasonable.
The anime, in the manhwa, he looks like he's about to control alt delete Goto, and that is not what was initially intended. And the third and final reason as to why many fans on the World Wide Web hate this episode is due to cut content. Now in the past,
let's see. They removed the aura farming scene for a wholesome family scene. This is it. This is what will separate the fake Solo Leveling fans and the real Solo Leveling fans. But I feel like the fake Solo Leveling fans you're talking about is the majority of the fan base who cares only for aura and the hype. I guarantee you, if they had a wholesome scene in here, like again, what happened when Jinwoo had a wholesome scene crying down, breaking down, people disliked it, right? So like most people watching this, they just want to see the aura hype. That's it.
fight. Now in the past, manhwa readers on X have been noting that the anime has made cuts and changes, but according to a lot of manhwa readers online, out of all the episodes in Solo Leveling, this episode without a doubt had the most amount of manhwa readers absolutely hating what the anime cut out. And the one scene that they are mad of, this scene of Goto looking absolutely terrified after Sung Jin-woo and Goto's fight. To be
in the webtoon, they made Goto succumb to Jinwoo, huh? He was shook. The anime did not do that to, I guess, save Goto's aura, and a lot of people are upset about that.
Fight. To be honest with you guys, I actually think this was a wise decision to cut this panel out.
If they cut it out, it makes me care more about Goto and think that he's powerful, you know? Like, they're trying to respect his character and glaze him rather than just, like, foderize him immediately after he got introduced, which... different goals, right? If you want to hype up both Jinwoo and Goto, then the anime decision. If you just want to glaze Jinwoo and just immediately foderize a brand new hyped up character, you go with the manhwa direction.
As it makes Goto seem more mysterious, and there's still that uncertainty with him. Why on earth was Yeonhoo Cha and the other S-rankers from Japan holding back Jinwoo and Goto? I do understand the reason why the Korean S-rankers wanted to hold back Jinwoo, as they know that this man is a beast, but also holding back Goto, oh my gosh, they know that Goto is an incredibly powerful foe. But with this panel also being included during this scene, to me it seems like Goto may not actually be the man that all the Japanese S-rankers look up to. Yes, to them, he's strong, but...
No, I think he is. It's just that in comparison to Jinwoo, Goto is not him. And in the manhwa, they really went in at that angle. In the anime, they're trying to save Goto some aura. Why? Japanese propaganda. I bet no one's thinking about this, huh? Y'all monkeys are so stupid. At level 0, level 1 way of thinking, I, as the supreme intellect, think beyond. Do you know why they cut this out? Because A1 Pictures? Because Japan? Because they want to make the Japanese hunters look good? Yeah, that's what I think is happening. Come on, open your third eye now. I'm opening my fourth eye right now. We on that conspiracy theory right now, where Japan wants to make sure that the Japanese representation in the anime retains the aura.
Yes, to them, he's strong, but I do feel like with A1 Pictures cutting this scene out, we are going to truly see what Goto was made of in Season 2, Episode 11. Fighting Jinwoo in this scene and then cutting to this manga panel of him looking terrified, he knows that he is not the big dog, and there are other big dogs in the big wide world. Is he this powerful foe who is on the same level as Jinwoo, or is this man nowhere near on the same level as Jinwoo?
I don't think he's close, man. Again, this scrimmage exhibition was 1v1. Jinwoo has an army. If he went all out and fought Goto, it wouldn't be close in my opinion. The anime again is trying to retain the aura from Goto, and I'm sure he's great, but to me already, I can already see that like if both sides went all out, I don't think it'd be close.
I feel like his fear in this manga panel shows us that if he is terrified of Jinwoo, then he is going to be absolutely horrified by the Red Ants. But with the anime cutting it out, it leaves anime onlys wondering what type of power this man would have. Will he win against the Red Ants or will he fall?
Yeah, again, I think it's actually better if we ignore the conspiracy Japanese theories and just go in with like, they want to hype up Goto, you know, brand new character showed up, he's powerful. Why make him look bad immediately? Let's, you know, give him the benefit of the doubt, even if the outcome is going to be the same, whatever happens in the source material. You know, just try to get the anime fans hyped up.
That intrigue will keep people watching. So while I'm actually defending the anime in this case, and actually agree with A1 Pictures in what they have done, I can somewhat understand why some of the manhwa readers hate the episode.
Yup! Pain profile picture. We got a battle shonen profile picture. Yep, checks out to me. Anytime. Just, you know the stereotype, right? Battle shonen, you know, people, enjoyers probably have like lower IQ than most.
So let's read some of these hate comments. No.
Bro lost all his aura by crying. Turkish Kaneki Ken. Oh, it's Turkish Kaneki Ken. Oh, it's Ken Kaneki from Turk. Anyway, let's keep going.
With no glowing eyes or shadowing on his face, they could have made him look at least somewhat intimidating. Bro, it's a downgrade. This was the only level I did not like. It covered way too much and left out so much. Okay. Whoever keeps doing this needs to be fired.
That's just stupid. That anime version sucks. A1 picks. Oh my god. It's Sung Jin Woo with the fucking straw hat. We getting a hybrid between a power fantasy show and a battle shonen. Oh no.
Version sucks. Whoever directed this episode does not understand the riz of the manhwa.
The riz of the manga. What does that even mean?
Riz of the manhwa. They ruined the episode. They took so much out of the episode. Nah, what is this? Thinking about skipping this week.
Do it, bro. Just skip it. Just drop the show, bro. Straight up. Nobody will care.
Thinking about skipping this week. Skipping downgrading trash episode. Probably the worst episode in the season. I had fun, but they just skipped important and gave details where they didn't need to. This episode felt really rushed, to be honest. Man, what did they do? I hate how the show is slowly taking away how much aura Jinwoo had. I don't know, man. I still feel like the manhwa is the superior form. New animation studio needed.
1 out of 10 review. Whenever you have a 1 out of 10 review, though, you know it's fucking retarded.
They are cutting so many manhwa scenes. We can't accept that. We need new animation studio and whole new season 2. They even cut so many Jin.
I just want you to read this. They are cutting so many manhwa scene. I want you to realize that they're not rage baiting. This is the average literacy of the monkeys that comment this shit. Scene is SCENE. You're saying vision right now. We can't accept that we need new animation studio and whole again. You're talking about an actual whole, like an asshole like you are. Like you need a W in front. New SE to they even cut so what's even happening here? Two, they even cut so many Jinwoo's Oro, can't even spell aura. Oro Momo check manhwa, you will know how frustrating is to see this type of cutting is they even deleted Jeju Island's important scene, please. With the C, we can't accept this. Again, you could say language barrier, but Barrow is not well animated. Whenever there is an argument or a debate and someone mispronounces something or there's like a spelling mistake and people immediately say, ha, spelling mistake, it's there with an apostrophe. I think it's cringe because you're not talking about the idea, the talking points. You are, trying to focus on these other accessory bullshit to try to own the other side. Yeah, I'll acknowledge that is stupid. But this? This though? These motherfuckers not even literate. They don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even know how to fucking spell, bro. And I bet you this is like above average intelligence for a 1-star reviewer. Just want to show you that, like, man, you have no idea how stupid the average person is. And imagine again that half of people in the world are even dumber than that. It'll never, like, the more I do content creation, the more I become like Frieza or Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen. My expectations constantly get lower and lower for like the average consumer, the average commenter. It is unreal, the level of retardation that exists online.
Aura moments, check manhwa. You will know how frustrating it is to see this type of cutting. We need studio like Toei Animation or Ufotable.
Toei Animation, bro? You want? You know why they say Toei Animation? Because they see specific Sakuga episodes of One Piece, like when Vincent Chansart shows up to animate Zoro versus King. No, really. There is some idea. In my opinion, again, this is the average retard who only sees specific... But that's the thing. Why can't you acknowledge the other Sakuga moments in the episode? Because, goddamn, Toei Animation, if you judge every single episode of those long battle shonen, bro, it's not even fucking close to the quality A1 Pictures has. What are you fucking talking about? And then obviously you have Studio UFO Table, which is, you know, the standard. Google Gaga babies, you know, favorite studio because they watch Demon Slayer. They see how well Demon Slayer was animated. Ufotable is an amazing studio. It's just, to me, I see quite often the uninitiated, the ignorant, the non-openers of the third eye in production value harp the same talking points saying, oh, Ufotable amazing because Demon Slayer.
So there you have it. A lot of people online do not like this episode at all. I feel like a lot of those haters are more or less manga readers. I do see where they're coming from a little bit, but the aura moments, I just feel like that's a little bit silly. The 3 reasons I talked about, I don't hate anything about the episode, and even though those 2,000 dislikes have shot up.
Yeah, these dislikes honestly mean nothing, right? We are zooming in on the stupidest of the stupid people with the magnifying glass. These are the vocal minority. You do a comparative comparison with the dislike and the likes. Plenty of reasonable people are content and happy with it. If that was not the case, the ratio would reflect that, where the overall market, the people, would be more dissenting than having positive, you know, feedback.
To 3,000 dislikes, they are still part of a minority of people. The over 192,000 people who liked the episode are part of the majority, and it's nice to see. But tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys?
It's just fun to me though, every time that we see, you know, like making fun of the vocal minority is always so fun to me because they are like, they're always just so upset. They're always complaining and crying, and I love to point at them and monetize them and make content out of them, bro. It's so funny. 1-star reviews is so funny. These TikTok comments and Twitter comments are the most brain dead shit where the literacy doesn't even fucking exist, man. Was the episode that bad? I don't think so. I think the episode was perfectly fine. In terms of what the fights meant, the exhibition match, the quick gauging of powers between both sides, I don't think that this is supposed to be a priority episode. Are there specific scenes where the manhwa is way better than the anime? Absolutely, I agree. But you also have to acknowledge the fact that these are 2 separate fucking mediums that you're comparing. One, manhwa, where they go all out in these specific moments to portray as much as they can in one specific fucking frame, versus the anime, where they're doing so many different things, frame per frame per frame, to create that animation, to cherry pick these scenes. It's very disingenuous. Absolutely, the manhwa is better, but to say that the anime is terrible is such a retard opinion. These are disingenuous monkeys who just want to be professional victims and wants to rage bait online to get some sort of engagement because they have no fulfillment in their lives, and they realize that being negative online, grifting, rage baiting, gets them the cheap dopamine rush that they so desire. Please go check out a Boydude Reviews channel. Here's the link to the video. Go give the video a like if you want, and I'll see you next time.